weapon assets and warehouses and so on, plus their commanders and so on. So it was a very quick degradation of their forces. Some of the Iraqis as well that were support. So just to explain to the listeners,
the funny thing about starting something new.
Only in 2017, I wrote a piece on, the military performance of the Syrian revolution was very high, but the political performance was very low. The Syrian revolution in 2017, so we're talking about 8 years before, yes, or 7 years before the
Damascus, the liberation,
the liberation of Damascus, has killed over 100,000 of the forces of Assad. Okay, and that 100,000 needed to be replaced, and the way they were replaced by mainly militias and non-state forces, some from Pakistan, some from Afghanistan, like the Fatimiyun, some from Pakistan, like the Zainabiyun, and those were Fatimiyun became like a division size, so thousands, and Zainabiyun was about a regiment size unit, but also from Iraq, like the Nujaba movement and Kataib Hezbollah and others, and Hezbollah. Hezbollah was the most experienced and most combat effective. But once that gets undermined, and there was no really build-up of Assad's forces, and it was completely degraded. So it was really the attrition, not the maneuver that happened. Not only the maneuver that happened in last year led by al-Shara, but it's the entire degradation of that force over a very long period of time. And after 7th of October, the degradation of the combat units that were quite effective, including Hezbollah's units. So yeah, it was an easy fight. It was not an easy. Easy is a completely wrong word. It was the less difficult fight because of the long war, and because of the attrition, and because of what you mentioned, the connectedness of these fronts in a single city.
Okay, so I mean, I think it's interesting, and right now I'm just want to throw back to what we just heard Ahmed al-Shara say, and you highlighted a bit of it, but Christian Amanpour was speaking to him, and she was asking about the fact that, I mean, there are incidents right now of vengeance against the Alawites and Druze, people who are supportive of Assad, and you mentioned a lot about this war. Try to tell us more about how this massive 14-year civil war, which was quiet at times, and at other times barrel bombs were falling on cities and thousands of people were killed. 10 million people were made refugees. It was really a really massive war. Give us I mean, you have to some extent already, but try to tell us more exactly just how it's impacted Syrian